Hello everyone, my name is Ankit Singhvi and I am a chartered accountant and into software development for last 10 years. From my experience in software development and my passion for automation and technology, I have made this course, Programming for Chartered Accountant with AI. This course has two programs. First is 18 weeks program and second is 24 weeks program, that is 18 plus 6 weeks. And it contains 8 modules and total 3 workshops, practical workshops. After completing this course, you will be able to create your own program. You will be able to write your own program and execute those programs yourself. You can automate work and build softwares for yourself or for your clients. The best part of the program is you need to provide at least 1 hour a week. So you don't need to spend full week or multiple hours, just 1 hour per week and for minimum 18 weeks or 24 weeks. Though this is a 24-week program, but you will have access to complete course for 1 year, coming 1 year. I already know that you are busy with some of your important work or audits or any important job you have to do. So you will have access to the course for complete 1 year. With completion of this course, you will be making four software with me. We will be making it together, which you can use yourself. I will be providing those free. You can use yourself, modify yourself, rebuild yourself, do changes yourself, and that too absolutely free. There is no cost involved. In next slides, you will find what types of softwares you are going to build and how you can build yourself. So let's begin. So this is the program Programming for CAs with AI. This is the course built by me. Yeah, and as I said, there will be 24 weeks program. Only Saturday classes will be there. There will be total 8 modules, 3 practical workshops, and there are 4 free softwares which you can use for your lifetime. So let's begin with what is this course all about? What is this course? Why this is course for chartered accountants and how we will proceed. So I have specifically tailored this course for chartered account. Why chartered accountants? Because these people understand business processes very deeply. They know how things start and how things completes, not just end completes. It helps in learning, like this course is designed to help you in learning how to develop softwares utilizing AI. So you don't need to know any coding. There is no requirement of any coding knowledge and you can learn programming just by yourself using generative AI. This program is also designed to cultivate advanced AI skill sets. Besides learning with how to write a program, this course is also aimed to provide you learning with advanced AI skill sets, how you can use multiple AI tools within your life, within your work. Beyond programming, we can also learn how to apply AI with different professional tasks. In the final segment, we will be conducting some workshops where you will be guided to make professional softwares. You will be generating softwares using AI, using generative AI. And again, importantly, you don't need to know any kind of coding work. You just need to know what business process is, what is to be built, and that's it. Additionally, we will also cover in the final workshop how to license your product, how you can resell your product, or how you can provide your software to your clients. Besides programming, we will be deep diving into advanced Excel automation. I'm sure you have learned a lot about Excel automation using AI, but we will go deeply into Excel automation. We will go deeply into databases and we will also go deeply into Google Sheets and we will also learn how to write programs on Google Sheets. So you can also automate multiple things using Google Sheets and we will also learn how to write program within Google Sheets. And besides that, what kind of software you want to build on finance, audit, taxation, accounting, TDL, cost, inventory, and other useful daily work. We will be covering everything how you can build that. We will not be covering individual part, but we will be covering how to build a software, what are the process and how you can do the vibe coding. Okay, again, as I told you, there is no need to learn any coding. You should have the common sense for business flows and processes. In this course and with the completion, we are going to make 4 free softwares which will be provided free to all of you. You can modify those and rebuild yourself. These we will be making live in the workshops. With the completion of this course, we will be making four free programs, four softwares which we are going to build, which you can use within your daily life or for your work or for your experiment. The first software which we will be making is the software on stock market, Indian stock market, where you can make technical analysis calculation to make prediction for buy and sale of any stock, right? This will be your analysis, your technical parameters, and you can make your own program whether you need to buy some share or you need to sell share. We will be also using some AI models to make this prediction. Second program which we are going to build is to automate your regular office work. There will be multiple tools which we are going to make in this software. In the third part, we will learn how to automate Google Sheets with the work, with the programming, how you can write program within the Google Sheets, and you can use those Google Sheets for the automations and your daily analysis of work or data analysis, whatever way you want. And fourth part, we will be making a TDL, a development on the Tally, where you can automate Tally itself. So TDL is Tally definition language provided by Tally itself, and we will learn how to make a TDL, how to write a TDL and do programming in the Tally. Today we are going to start with introduction, actually the introduction of AI, what AI is. So you have learned a lot about AI so far. You know a lot of things what AI can do, what AI cannot do. But today's agenda is let's reintroduce AI from the perspective of this course, what you need to know and what you need to learn. So our first module is fundamental of artificial intelligence from the practical perspective, understanding AI concepts and application. So what is AI? What are the concepts of AI from the perspective of where you want to automate the work? In our today's agenda, we will be reintroducing ourselves with the AI, what AI is, tracing its development and highlighting why it matters in today's world. Then we will go the core AI concept. What are the key concepts in the AI? Though we may not be requiring those concepts for our program, our course, but still we will go with the core AI concept to understand how it actually works. Then we will see how AI in real life is working, how like artificial intelligence is doing its job globally, how why companies are focusing more on AI now, why big companies are chasing everything behind AI. And then we will be starting with a programming journey, how we as a chartered accountant could do programming, why it matters and why we should be doing programming in the era of AI. The introduction to artificial intelligence. So far, you already know a lot of things about AI. With introduction of ChatGPT, the world has already changed. There are a lot of things which are happening around AI. Big companies are chasing AI like nothing. But what actually AI is? So and how it has evolved. So AI progressed from simple automation to complex machine learning and cognitive systems over time. If you remember, there are multiple websites which used to suggest you a lot of product based on your purchases, based on what other people are purchasing, having similar traits to you. So this was the actually implementation of AI. Then with the voice assistant, like you can just say anything and they will do the job, like Alexa or Google Assistant. These are also example of AI. But with the introduction of ChatGPT, the generative AI has changed everything. So now generative AI can do a lot of things, have large knowledge base and can perform functions. What these are, we will also be exploring these when we start writing the program. Then next part is machine learning. Machine learning is the process how a machine learns from the data and those data is used to reproduce the result. So there are multiple machine learning algorithms, multiple models which are being used by the AIs of today's world and they are giving you output in different way. Now next important part is impact on programming. The most important thing which has affected with the introduction of generative AI is programming. Now you can write a complete full-fledged program using generative AI. So far, you have heard about how people are using AI in writing program and doing things. But if you ask me, the world has gone far beyond what you are listening on internet or reading somewhere online. In 2025, I have written myself 87 programs just in year 2025 and did a lot of automation within my company. I am running two companies right now. One is focusing on software development, IT development, and second is working on AI developments. We are making our own AI agents. We are working with different models for different clients. And the programs I have talking you about is completely written by me. I have done some experiments. I have written some actual programs, and everything has been written by me. I'm not saying you will be making things like Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, but yes, you can make small or mid-sized layer program which can be used by yourself or for some clients. On our work as a chartered accountant, though I'm into IT industry for last 10 years, but as a work of chartered accountants, there is a severe impact on how we can work. Right now, people are using AI or not using AI or questioning AI, but there are multiple things how it impact work of a chartered accountant. Let's explore a few things on that so we can connect every dots in the last. Relevance of AI for Indian chartered accountants. AI can automate your routine tasks. AI can automate repetitive tasks. You can make processes, flows, which AI can do it itself, and you don't need to work on those repetitive tasks and focus on key decision makings. AI can enhance accuracy. So, since there are programs involved, there is artificial intelligence involved. Actually, AI does not increase accuracy, it just reduces the error rates and hence accuracy gets increased. Then there is advanced analytics. AI provides advanced analytics that helps you derive insights and improve financial forecasting. So with the help of AI, you can make multiple things, not only in India but worldwide. Every big nation is focusing on AI. There is actually war going on development with AI and developments on AI. So people and company can use AI for their work. In India, our government, our country is also focusing on how we can build multiple things with AI. They are making some good big data centers for GPU processing. They are trying to provide resources to startups. There are like number of things, and obviously ICI GPT is example of that. Yeah, before going further, some of you might be wondering why we are going with all this stuff. Like as I started the course, I said we can do programming with AI, and now we are going with the theoretical part, things what is going on, what is not going on, why companies are focusing, why is government are focusing. So answer is very simple. If you want to understand practical aspect of the AI, we have to go through with many things. Like we have to understand many things. We are stepping into a new skill set, and for the new skill set, we need to understand what are the theories behind it. It is just like taxation law. So you know how taxation law is passed, how it become effective, what are the important of dates, what are the important of a notification, how it comes into effect. But for the people in the business or in the limited accounting field, they just know this is the tax rate, this is the tax slip, and this much is the tax. So we have to understand what are the things behind the scenes, why they are important, and how these are impacting the development of AI. So let's proceed to what are the current trends of AI adoption worldwide. So there is a lot of innovation going in finance. Companies are finding the way, startups are finding the way how they can automate the finance with AI. Like Indian banks are including the AI. You have heard about telephone banking, or there is a confirmation call which just asks for the answer in yes or no that you have done this transaction or not. So these are the examples of AI innovation. Then adoption rates. India is like highly using AI in their business work. If you go online and search about uses of chat GPT in the world, India stands second after America in using chat GPT. and soon it will pass the America also and become the number one in using chat gpt, and this data is given by chat gpt OpenAI itself. The core idea of adoption is the core requirement of adoption is to reduce the manual workload. Now this brings us to the debate like the jobs will go or the jobs will remain or the jobs will increase, but let's keep that aside because this is not part of our course, though we will be discussing this in the last session on the last workshop, like what it will impact on jobs, what impact it will have on the jobs and how it will be impacting, and whether it will increase the job or decrease the jobs. And last thing, the current trends of AI adoption in world scenario comes on the workflows. So AI implementation has optimized workflows, increases efficiency and decision making across every department of an organization, from HR, accounts, admin, manufacturing. Every department is being affected by the AI. So let's come to again the concept of our course, AI and programming. In programming, big companies like Google is mandating their teams to use 25% of their work with AI only. So this is being mandated and this is being watched in companies like Google, where they are saying that you have to perform 25% of their work through AI. So there can be again a lot of reasons, because Gemini is the product of Google and which is again a GPT kind of AI. So these may be the reason Google is mandating, but this is the not only Google. Many big companies are forcing their workforce to use AI in their daily routine stuff. With AI, programming has gone multifold faster. There is a multifold faster development because the code itself is written by the generative AI. You can write code with Chat GPT and get it implemented and make the complete softwares. Obviously, it requires some other certain set of knowledge, some other certain steps to follow to make a program, and these we will be covering in this course. But yes, with AI, programming has gone multiple times faster, and it has been predicted by worldwide that in the next upcoming 5 years there will be 1000 times more software than those are existing today. So there will be requirement of multiple softwares, and most of the work, not every work, but most of the work will be done by AI. And if you explore around yourself, every big and mid-sized company are looking to include AI in their every department. Wherever they can accommodate the AI, they want to include AI. Though people still are not understanding where they can include, how they can include, but they want to include. For the purpose of this course, what exactly artificial intelligence is? Artificial intelligence is simply intelligent enough to understand you. It can assist and do wonders if you can tell what you want to do. AI just knows how to do it, and you should learn how to get it done from artificial intelligence. But this actually requires your knowledge, your skill set, and your intelligence. Now let's move to core concept part of the artificial intelligence and the key requirements for this course. Core concepts and terminologies of artificial intelligence, the things which you should know. We are covering what are the key definitions, what is machine learning, what is deep learning, what is neural network. We will not be learning any of these things like how machine learning works, how deep learning works, how neural network works. But we have to know these terminologies and the things associated with these terminologies, which we will be using in our programs when we are building programs that uses AI. So what is machine learning? Machine learning simply enables computer to learn patterns from data without explicit programming. So they are algorithms written and which are trained with the data. So this is just a machine learning, how machine learns with the patterns, with the data patterns. Then there comes the concept of deep learning. Deep learning uses multi-layered neural networks to model complex data representations. So neural network is something, a network built like our brains where multiple neurons are there. So it is called, since the terminologies come from the neuron, and it is known as the neural network. And deep learning is the process where machine learning advances to learn, the algorithm advances to learn using multiple neural network concept to learn from the data patterns and data representations. Then the neural network structure. Neural network mimic the human brain with interconnected nodes processing information. So to make these kinds of learning, the scientists or the computer scientists have made the things which is known as neural network, and it is inspired from our brain, how our brain works, how it simply connect the nodes. So let's go back again on the machine learning, deep learning, and neural network. Machine learning is simply a concept where machine learns from the data. Deep learning is the concept where machine learns from the data and the data patterns, and which includes neural network. And neural network is that structure, that thing which scientists have developed and which mimic our brain, how our brain works, and connect every single node which is possible in processing the information. Again, machine learning, deep learning, and neural network is something which, if you want to make some softwares based on AI or the softwares which includes AI, you should be knowing what is machine learning, deep learning, and neural network. This is not requirement how these are built or how these works, but we need to know how we can use these machine learning models or deep learning models. There are number of open source models which we can use. Open source model we will be covering later, what is open source or how we can use it, and why and how these are free for any use. So let's go to our next section, next slide. Distinguishing AI from automation and traditional softwares. How AI is different from the traditional softwares and automations. Previously, there were automations before the AI or before the generative AI, I would say. There were automations and these were rule based. Like you have to write the step one, then it has to go on step two. Or if it meets the criteria, it go on step 3, or if it doesn't meet the criteria, it goes on step 4, and something like this. These are the rule based automations. Then there were traditional softwares executes fixed instruction and lacks flexibility in handling new or unexpected accounting scenarios or any kind of softwares. These softwares were designed to follow the algorithm which were designed by a computer programmer or the team of computer programmers, and the data entry goes like that flow only. Even if that is wrong or that requires some amendment with the time, you have to update the software. Then there comes the artificial intelligence. AI adapts and predicts outcome by learning from data and enhance decision making and efficiency. So you can simply instruct or you can simply provide the data and it can adapt to that data. So there is no specific programming required. In the era of AI where it has to be given by the humans, it can itself learn. AI is somewhat equivalent or as large as IT industry. There are multiple domains, there are multiple departments, there are multiple things which can be done. In the context of chartered accountants, there are certain things which are commonly used or common AI terms which are tailored for chartered accountants or the accounting professional. First is NLP, natural language processing, which helps you analyze and interpret accounting documents, accounting data, or accounting or taxation like things with just normal instructions. So there is no need to go on the depth of that. You can simply ask in the natural language, in a layman language, and it just answers things and find the data required to you. And second thing comes is the anomaly detection. It just identify unusual patterns in the data and report that, so you can get the additional insight what is different and what is not in the regular process. Application of AI in chartered accountancy. In field of chartered accountancy, there are multiple domains, multiple area where AI is included, AI is being included, and AI will be included. There comes the automated audits. AI can automate your audit process. It will reduce the human error and improve the accuracy in the financial reviews. So, with AI, you can actually scan a trial balance and find the differences, what should not be there or what are additionally there, just by comparing two data sets. Then with AI, you can streamline tax filings. AI can do a lot of things with tax filings, especially with the calculations, documents, preparation, procedures, a variety of things which we can explore while developing a program. So if you know what are the problems in text filings and which can be automated with the program, we will be building that softwares. And AI ensures regulatory compliance. So with like, this is the requirement in a company, that is a requirement in the company, these laws has to be followed, those laws has to be followed. With AI you can get it checked, so there is no knowledge of knowledgeable persons required. You just need the skill sets which can use AI and find those regulatory compliance and can stay up to date. AI use cases in fraud detection and risk assessment. So we already know that AI can work on data, can find data patterns, can find differences in data patterns, and can find inaccuracy in data. So it becomes easier to find fraud which is possible in some data, and multiple techniques can be inbuilt within AI to find that fraud. And it can also do the risk assessment just by evaluating the data trends, predicting potential threats to a business reliability and in a business environment. Now let's come to our next section, preparing for the AI journey as a chartered accountant. What chartered accountant can do or can learn and how they can implement AI in their work. There are certain essential skills which is needed or will be required for CAs in the age of AI. So data literacy. CAs are already known for their strong data literacy skills to understand, analyze complex data set accurately. They can work on data, they can find differences in data, and they can complete a financial document from the journal entry to a balance sheet. Right. Then there are multiple tax laws, then there are multiple compliances, regulatory compliances, then there are multiple business consultancy, business recommendation which a CA provide on the basis of data. The second essential skill comes for the CA is AI awareness. For CAs, like I would rather say data literacy is not the essential skill. This is the already skill which a CA possesses. The important skill come is the AI awareness. How this data literacy can be used with the AI. By understanding AI concepts and applications, enable the CA to effectively integrate AI into their workflows and can get more output from those data, from that knowledge level. Then digital adaptability. What happens when we work as a CA? Variety of information, variety of knowledge is expected that we have to know because we are the CA. The new things we have to know because we are CA, at least in the field of accountancy or taxation or audits or compliances. I am into software development for last 10 years, but people still ask me about the what are the taxation laws or what are the tax rates or what are the tax slabs. So this is a mandate which we have to know, right? And the process of completing those compliances, process of working with this knowledge requires digital adaptability because everything is going on digital mode. We are on the track of that economy where cash will be less and the digital transactions will be more. So everything is going on digital mode and physical modes are getting reduced. So we have to learn what new softwares are, what new digital trends are, and we have to adapt that. This is the essential skill a CA has to have. Learning resources and upskilling opportunities. Programming is AI skill. With the rapid pace of AI, there is a birth of new generation of development skills of programming, where the user instruct the artificial intelligence what to do, what output it needs to get done, and the rest work is done by AI by writing the code. It is popularly known as vibe coding or vibe programming. What to learn from this course? I would rather say why this course. This course emphasizes on how a knowledge can be transformed into a software. As a CA, we have exceptional level of thought process, and often we come to that part in our lives how this can be automated. While working with our daily work, daily tasks, we often think like, I know this can be automated, this can be converted into a process, into a software, and this will help a lot of people. We come to multiple ideas, a multiple variety of things. Like this is the process which we know can be automated, which we have to repeat again and again and again and again for every client, for every work. in our job every time. So this course helps you in automating those tasks. There are ideas which we know that can impact in the market, can have impact in the finance industry. But with the lack of skill sets, lack of knowledge, we cannot convert those ideas into reality. This course is designed to convert those ideas into reality. With your knowledge, with your thought process, and with the right skill set, you can turn your ideas into a successful program. And this is not a theory course. This is the practical course. We will go with the 3 practical workshops. Besides, I teach how we can make a program. We will go on the 3 practical workshops where you will be building the softwares which you want to build. I will just demonstrate the program I promised. We will be writing those programs using AI. And by following those patterns, following those steps, you can also make your own program. This is not necessary that you will be building the same program. You can make your own program the way you want, the way you want to license them, the way you want to use them. You can build everything yourself. I have kept the objective of this course very simple. With the knowledge set and with the thought process a CA have, he or she should be able to convert their ideas into a program, into a softwares. And again, this is not a theory course. In the practical workshops, and with we go with the last modules, you have to write some programs using AI. In the further modules of this course, we'll be covering with advanced AI topics which are required for the chartered accountants in the multiple fields of the chartered accountants. And we'll also be covering the hands-on training where you will be writing code to complete a software, complete an idea into a software. And it will be a practical hands-on training, and you will be provided with all the knowledge set, all the PDFs and all the ready reckoners which will help you in writing a program. After discussing with the multiple chartered accountants, I have decided to keep this module free, absolutely free for this year, so you can just understand what this program is all about, what are the knowledge set you are going to have, and how you will be using this knowledge set. With the upcoming modules, we will be learning a lot of new things, a lot of practical things, and will be making a good program. So join me in this program. This is the 18-week program, 18 plus 6 weeks program. There are 2 programs. First is 18-week and second is extended by 6 more weeks. So that becomes a 24-week program where you will get to know how to write a program without any coding knowledge. You will get all the modules, access to all the modules of this course for 1 year. You need to spend just 1 hour per week, not more than that is required. And after, at the end of 18-week or 24-week program, whatever you have chosen, you will be able to write a complete program for yourself. And as a CA, we already know that AI is the next industry revolution. Everybody have to adapt it, everybody have to embrace it, or they will be out of the market or will become obsolete with the time. So you can enhance your skill set, go advance with the skill set with the upcoming industry revolution, and learn a lot of things about artificial intelligence. You can make your own program, you can make your own assistants which can be used by other people in the society, other people in the businesses. You can sell them, you can license them, or you can use for your own work. So let's meet you next Saturday, next week. We will be starting with our first examples. You will be seeing how a practical program is written using AI. Also, you can meanwhile write your requirements in the comment section. So we will be choosing at the end of the program whatever the best requirement is there, and we will be making a live program out of those requirements. Any 1 or 2 will be picked, and we will be starting with a step by step process. So we will with 1 week, with completion of 1 hour of learning, we will also be providing you some important guidance or important steps which you can follow. We will be providing you PDF which you can refer, and we will provide you all the instructions required to learn you, help you learning programming without any coding knowledge. You can make program with AI as a chartered accountant, and there is a ready reckoner which will be provided to all the early bird registrations and the persons who are registering for the 24 weeks. How to enroll for course programming for CAs with AI. It is very simple. Just visit the website withai.codefluxindia.com. Get all the details on the website. There is a course details, there is an enroll now button. You can find all the course details. What is the course curriculum, the course highlight, the introductory video. This is our pricing of the course. There are two programs. First is 18 weeks program, which costs 12,200, but in the early bird offer, those who are enrolling before 30th August will get it for rupees 6,800 only, and with a ready reckoner. There is another program which is 24 weeks program, which costs 18,500, and those who are enrolling before 31st August will be getting this program for 14,500 only. Still you want to know or learn more about the course or more about things, you can just fill the enrollment form. We will get the first module absolutely free at zero cost, and we will share you with the other details how you can enroll. If you want to read about me or want to connect with me, you can simply read about me here. This is a short introduction of mine. I am the course instructor, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn or WhatsApp group. This is the website with ai.codefluxindia.com, and you can build software with no coding knowledge required. So let's see a practical example. Now what we are going to do is we are going to make a laser analysis software. We have opened ChatGPT. For the further work or further part of this program, we will also be using some other AI tools, but right now I am using ChatGPT. Now I will write what I exactly want. I know I need to make a software which can do laser analysis. So let's write it down. What software we need, the objective part, and how it should be built, the process part. So I have written I want to create a software in Python which can, objective part, do the laser analysis, right? I want it to create a laser analysis for me where I will provide the Excel and CSV file. So there will be a standard format of Excel and CSV file which I will provide to it, and it have to do laser analysis. What it has to do in the laser analysis, on the basis of dates and due dates, it should find the classification, classify the lasers and their aging. We will also be making the aging buckets, but first we will do aging of the lasers. Then we will be making the bucket for the aging, like 0 to 30 days or 30 days to 31 days to 60 days and so on. So we will be making a bucket period and will classify accordingly. Then we can add a small machine learning model, though it is not required, but we can involve that. So what it does the, the find the exception parts, uh, like anomalies in the lasers. What is the, like, you can make certain rules, can say this is the variation part, or if value is not like this or things are not like this, just report it. So we can make the anomaly part, but before that we just settle the clarify the period. What does we mean by period? That should be number of days. And now we just write what we need from the angle of machine learning. See, machine learning part is again completely optional, but I just want to showcase what we are going to do in this course. So we will be using machine learning models in future. We will see how open source machine learning models can be used. So I'm just involving that here. So as I said, machine learning models and machine learning part is optional, but we are, for this particular software, particular script, we are using it. There will be number of things which will be new for you, and you won't be like understanding what this is, why this is, how this is working. But let it be. Let's just first see the example, and we will be going through details on each and individual part. And till the end of the course, you would be able, like, why this, why not this, how to use this, how to use that. So at the end, we need a clean Excel file, a workbook, Excel workbook with multiple sheets. We can go with the multiple sheets. We can go with the single sheet. Right now, I just need details of summary, aging buckets. So right now, I just need summary, aging bucket, suspicious data on the basis of machine learning model. So we may not be needing it, but I'm just including it for our understanding, and the laser flags. Now again, I am writing my objective very clearly. This is the second time I am writing my objective, that I need to create a software for the laser analysis. My requirement is to create a software for the laser analysis, and I will provide the further instruction also, like what should be there, what should not be there, or further few things, and we'll see how it works. So let's just clarify a few things first. For NML's part, we should have, we will be providing details. So we will be having a JSON in which we will be providing the details. So it may not be required, but we will be doing it. And pardon my spelling mistakes, typing mistakes, rather, correcting it. So we are using isolation forest for finding unusual amount. You can search on the internet what is isolation forest and how it is used, but we are just including it, not going in the detail what is isolation forest, how this machine learning model works. We are just including it just to ensure that we go beyond the data analysis. We include machine learning part also in our software writing journey. I have asked the ChatGPT to also provide me a sample file which I can use as an input. So I will be using that sample file for doing the analysis part, and you can also use data in the same format and provide to the software. And last part I have mentioned is the Streamlit. Streamlit is a Python package. What is package? We will also go in detail later. But Streamlit is a Python package which works for the UI. How you see your softwares, it will create that. So this is again a Python package which developer use to create the UI part. It will take at least 40 to 45 seconds, somewhere in between, or even maybe more or less, to do the job, because I have used ChatGPT 5 thinking model. Meanwhile, we can do a few other things. Now, other things, we can create the folder where we want to save our files. We will be keeping these folders completely separate as a good practice. Then we should know what is our environment. So for running the software, we will be needing the environment. So we will have to install the Python programming language. How Python is get installed, I will be covering later in my course. Then we will need other environmental things. We need to install the packages, whatever the packages suggested by ChatGPT, we have to install those also. And we will need the VS Code, Microsoft VS Code program, not Visual Studio Code 2022 or 2099. We will be needing VS Code. There are multiple other options which you can use for the development of the program or seeing the programming files, but I personally prefer VS Code, and obviously it is widely used. So it took exact 45 seconds for thinking. Now it is analyzing what to write, how to write. In the earlier version of the chat GPT, it used to write, print the code in front of you, like you just get the code in the blackish part. Nowadays they have improved and they just write the programming code on the backend side and provide you the output file as a zip file. So this is the new with the ChatGPT 5. With the ChatGPT 4, 4.0 and earlier versions, It used to write the code in front of the screen, like you can see the code and you need to copy paste it. Now you can actually download the code. So the benefit is, like, if there are multiple files, 2 files, 3 files, or 4 files, you don't need to copy each and individual file separately. You can completely download the zip file and use those files directly in your software. Let's see where it is going. Before it prints the result, we can understand what is exactly environment. So in programming, environment is something where your code will work, how your code will execute it. There are multiple technical things. Again, we are not learning programming, so we are not going in the details of those things, but we will be learning what environment is. So it has prepared the everything. It has given the instructions how you have to done. So how to done is the part of the instruction, how you need to create a virtual environment for this particular project. So every file runs in that virtual environment, and how you need to install the packages. So it is going, we are going to, download these zip files, and we are downloading the sample files. So this is the output given by ChatGPT. This is the output given by ChatGPT. It has given it a thought for 45 seconds, and what it has thought, you can read it is there, but though not required to read. Then what it can do, the what product or software will do, it has written that. Then it has written what files it has prepared, then how to run it, and finally what you can change or what you should change. It has given some references or some suggestions. So this is the reply of ChatGPT, where you can download the files, programming files. Now we are back in the folder which we created earlier, and we have copied all the files, CSV file, Excel file, and the laser GIF files here. We have created the folder here, and now I am opening the command prompt here. This is the shortcut to open the command prompt by writing CMD here. It just says like what version you are using, what things you are using, and exactly in which directory you are. So into D development, programming for CS with AI and the laser analysis -1. I am in this particular directory. I can work in this particular directory. Now I am opening the VS Code, the environment which we will need to understand what has been written. We don't need to write it here. This is for coding, but we will not be writing the code here. We will be just seeing what code has been written if we need to. But we can also make some changes here. We can create a new file here like I did. So So what we need to do here is we just need to set up the environment part. We need to download the packages, and yes, the run the Python commands. For this particular purpose, Python should be previously installed. What now I am doing is I am creating the virtual environment in which our software will run. This is necessary to run the complete software in the virtual environment. I have again opened the command prompt. Now I am writing the virtual environment command. This command has been suggested by ChatGPT also. You can just backward the video and can check the command ChatGPT has also suggested, but we have written change the name of .venv to laser-analysis.ca-1. So a folder will be created within our main folder in the name which we have written. Now we are activating the virtual environment. So we will go in the folder which we created now, the virtual environment folder. Now we will go to the script folder, and in the script folder there is a already pre-written command activate. So we will be activating the virtual environment. I know you may find this a little bit scary because this is first time for you, if it is first time for you, but there is nothing to worry about, because once you write one or second program, you will be getting used to all these things. Since we don't write the program, these things, the new things looks like bit different, like what this is, where it is, like what is agent mode in the right hand side. For the further programs, we will also be using the agent mode, which will do the work within this environment. But right now we are just creating the first program. This is one of the simplest one which we are creating. Right, so we are now in the virtual environment folder, and we are all the files which we ChatGPT has created, we are copying those files in our virtual environment folder. So we are just unzipping the files, going to the folder and copying all the files which we needed and pasting it to the our virtual environment. We will be working in our virtual environment. This requirement file is the packages which we have to install. So these are the programming packages. What are the what packages are, we will be learning it later, but for now you can just understanding like a piece of code already available for doing a lot of things. These are like add-ons or additional utility you can understand, which helps in working with the program, and we don't need to write those again and again. These are freely available, and you need to install with simply a command. So what we have done so far, we have created the virtual environment. We changed the name of our virtual environment. So it has written .venv, but we have used our own name and then activated the virtual environment. Now we will install all the packages using this requirement file. So we just need to write a very simple command. We have copied the command. We will go back to our main virtual environment folder. We will again open this command prompt, and via command prompt we will be running this command pip install -r requirement.txt. So what is pip? Pip is Python package installer, and it will install all the required packages which we have written in the requirement file for us. So you can see one by one all the packages are getting installed depending on your internet speed. These are very like low size files. Some are in few MB, some are even like in KBs. These will get installed, and once these are installed you can actually run your software, actually run your code. So while on the different side of a story, when the code is written, these packages are used within the code, and both run in hand. But since we are not writing the code, we don't want to go into the details of what these packages are. We just need to know if this package is required, we have to install it, and it will remain and work in our virtual environment only. It will not work outside our virtual environment. So here we are again copying and pasting all the files here. Not again, we have copied and pasted our files here, and you can see in the VS Code, Visual Studio Code, all the files have appeared here. The file which we created, we are now deleting it. We can just simply create a file whatever name we want. We have to provide the file format here, like I have written .py, which means it is a Python file, and we can just delete this file. It is just to show that we have not written any code here. We are just copy pasting the files. We are creating our environment. We are giving the objective, the purpose, the process, and the code will get run. And this is the final command to check if our code is working or if our code is ready to run. So this is the final command which we are going to run. Again, this will work in our virtual environment only. So in the directory, it will work, not anywhere else. So you have, whenever you want to run this code, you have to come in this directory, and in this, once our virtual environment is activated, you will find like whatever name we have given to virtual environment, that will be available in the starting of the line. So it is just saying, do you want to run this code over the network? So we said yes, and boom, the code is in front of you. So here what you can see is the complete dashboard which it has designed. You can simply upload the files, the Excel file or CSV file here. You can map your columns, whatever columns you are having in your CSV file, you can map it. So what the data it will need ledger name, and whatever written in your CSV file, you have to map it here. My ledger name is called, for example, is in column B and is known as only ledger. So I have to map it. Then in the left hand side there is date, then there is the aging bucket, like what aging bucket you require. You can just change it, you can change the date, you can change the aging bucket. After changing the aging bucket, you have to press enter. Like there is a detection, there are rules which we can made, and in the JSON file and upload it. We will see the JSON file later. Now we simply need to upload the sample file which it has provided. I'm just running it with the sample file, not creating, not using any actual file, the sample data it has provided. we will see what sample data is. This is the code which it has written, and we don't need to go into the details what it has written. What we need is just the output. How it works, it is completely up to ChatGPT, and it works actually great if you know how to get it done. It's as simple as that. So there are total two files it has written coding wise. One is app.py, second is analyzer.py. Readme file is just the instruction what has been written in what file, how it works, how it has to be run. Requirement.txt we have already seen, and the environment files we don't need to see. So this is the CSV file. I'm opening it in Excel. Just directly go to a folder, just drag and drop file here and see what happens. So there might be some errors which we have to debug, we have to correct it. There is no always one single shot you will get the software. You need to understand when it comes to software development, there has to be some debugging. Whatever you have written, when the output appears, you have to get it right. There may be some programming errors, there may be some other errors, logical errors, which we have to get right. So there is the programming error. Like whatever ChatGPT has written, it missed the part that there what happens if there is some blank value after it. It completely missed that part. So we have to check it if there is some missing values, and yes, there is missing values in the Excel file. We have to tell ChatGPT that this is the error. Again, you don't need to understand what error is. So I know a bit about programming, so I can tell you what error is, but you don't need to understand it. You just need to copy the error and paste it again into ChatGPT. This is what a mistake done by most of the people. You take the error and you just copy pasted it into the new tab. This is a mistake. Don't do it. You will lose the context. So ChatGPT will lose the context. What has to be done? So what you exactly need to do is you just need to copy the error, complete error, and paste it in the continuation of the chat which you were doing, where you got your program. So the ChatGPT or any AI tool you are using will get its context. So I'm just telling you, like, this is again not you need to learn, but I'm just telling you for like what error is, where error came from. So it is on line number 99 in the particular file app.py, line number 99. So this is just debugging the error, what error is, and it will tell what error is. But we are not going to use that code which it shows to us, like what can be the error. We will again go back to our main program. It has just says what exactly error is, what can be the possible error reasons, like you have uploaded Excel file instead of CSV, or it has does not understood CSV, or there are some other kind of errors. But we won't be using this code. We will again go back to our main software, and we will be doing debugging from there only. So let's go back to our main software. Let's copy it again. And now we are pasting our code here. So now what ChatGPT has is, ChatGPT is again thinking. It has all the previous context, all the previous instruction which you have provided. It has the error which has come after doing this, and the error details we have provided. Now it is again thinking, improving the flow, understanding the error. And again, this is not guarantee that in this second shot it will improvise all the errors. In programming, there are versions, minor versions, major versions. You see, starting with, if I take the example of Tally, you have seen 4.5, 5.4, 6.3, 7.2, 8.1, 9.0, Tally Prime, edit logs. There are number of versions, there are number of improvements, and it goes again and again. There are updates and updates and updates. It is a never-ending process when we work to software development part. So what it has done, it found the error, it understood the error, and it has given the revised code. It has built the revised code, and it has again given us this zip file. Now what we are going to do is again downloading that zip file. Again, this part of the code we don't need to understand. It has says that what was exactly wrong. But what we are going to do is we are going to just download this zip file and replacing the file which we had earlier. So we are just downloading the zip file, copying it here, copying it from here, and pasting that zip file in our folder. So we had the version 1 of zip file. Now this is version 2 of zip file. Now we are extracting the zip file, and there are two files. If you remember, I told you there is app.py and there is analyzer.py. We will copy and paste those files in our main folder, main software, from where we are running our software. So we are running our software from laser analysis dash 1, and in the again in that we have laser analysis dash ca dash 1, and there we had the files analyzer and the f file, and we just replace our files there. Now we will be running our now we will be running again our software to see what how it goes. Again, I am telling you, it may be giving errors, it may not be giving errors, but it all depends. It completely depends when we run the software and see what output we want to get. We have to close what is already running because there has been update. So we will be closing it using Control plus C. So you can actually close the command prompt from here. You can simply close it, but to get exit from the running program, we just use the shortcut Control plus C. Now we will be running this particular instruction again. So what has happened when we close the program? The browser window says that the program has been closed and whether you want to continue it or want to rerun it. So we are now pasting our code again, which we used to run the program. Now we'll check if the error is there or not. So what we are going to do is we are again copying the same file again without making any change, and let's see what output it gives. So again, the data is listed, data is mapped here. We can just map the data. So we are using sample 5, so mapping is clearly there, but again there is an error. So now what error is, it is going for the bucket, the period we have mentioned. This is going, the error is going there, and it is on line number 107. If I read it right, line number 102 or 107, whatever that. But again, we are not going to read that error. We don't need to read that error. We don't even need to understand that error. What we are going to do is we are just simply copying that particular part of the error, whatever error there is, and we are just pasting again in the same chat where the first program we have written. So now it will again debug the error. It will remember that what previous error we had provided and how it has solved, and now there is another error. So now it has prepared the coding part. Now we can again download the zip file, and this is the version 3 of our software, and now we are just extracting the zip file and again replacing the app file app.py and the analyzer.py file. These are the Python files which has actually changed. If you read whatever ChatGPT has replied, you will get most of the idea what you need to do the change. So here in the aging bucket there was an error, and we are going to solve that error. So we are again closing the program. We will close the program, we will replace the file and do all the same process again. So first let's extract the file, unzip the file. It will create a new folder with the version 3. So we will copy app.py and the analyzer.py and replace it in our main directory from where we were running the software. Now we are replacing it here. Now we'll close the program and rerun it. Remember, we use the shortcut Control plus C to close the program. We are using that again. Simply use Control plus C to exit in the command prompt. It will exit from the program. I just made a few enters so you can see what is difference in the previous command and the new command, and I ran the program again, and here we are. So there are instructions what this particular software does was also there. There is instruction, there is a file upload section which you can use like we did earlier. It will provide you output. there is some alert, I need to close a few files, few directory. This is nothing related to programming or the work we are doing. It's simply the the Windows stuff. We just drag and dropped our file here. This file will get loaded here. File is here. The data is here. Now we'll process it again. And boom, we got all the details here in a graphical format too, with all the suspicious flagged items, why they are suspicious, why they are flagged, with their aging bucket, every single thing. We have got it here. This is how you make a program without need of knowing any type of coding. Yes, you do need to understand what you want to make, how you want to make, and importantly, what are the key concepts. You do know the concepts, how programming works, not how program is written, but how programming works. You can easily write the program. Just need to understand the programming concept, how it is going to work.